Hey, what's up guys? Today this Kid Trash 2017 Chevy Suburban is in to get fully detailed, and I'll get into every nook and cranny where the kids hid their messes. So let's take a closer look at what I'm dealing with today. Alright, well after a crazy deep freeze, we're now seeing temperatures way above normal, which means all the snow is melting and some of the roads are a mucky mess. And it's pretty obvious the Suburban found a few of those recently, but the story here is on the inside, where the owner's kids haven't been super kind to it after numerous trips to McDonald's and Tim Hortons while on the road for the kids' sports. But life on the farm also comes with messes, and that's exactly what I'll be cleaning up today. So sit back, relax, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on one of these satisfying transformations. Okay guys, well once again I've got a vehicle in that I've never worked on before, but I have detailed vehicles for this owner a couple of times in the past, most notably the black Escalade from about 4 years ago, though this one arrived with a bit of an ongoing mystery. I guess the owner has no idea where the key is, except that it's in the vehicle somewhere because it still turns on. So that's an added mission for the day: track down the missing key fob. Starting on the back, and like I mentioned earlier, this vehicle spends a fair bit of time driving on gravel roads, so I already know that I'll need to be extra thorough when spraying out all the crevices back here, but also that I'll need to spray out the tailgate jam really well too, which is always a bit of a dicey endeavor. Now as I start to spray out the top of the tailgate jam here, it's important to note that when it's this full of mud, it's very likely going to make a mess as some of the water drips down into the vehicle. But since this had a WeatherTech cargo liner, I went ahead and pulled it out a little bit so it was sort of draping out of the vehicle, which means that any dirty water that falls down will just run right out onto the floor. But realistically, this is the only way to get this area clean, so I'm okay if I have to clean up a little extra mess inside later on. Alright, well, not something I see in the winter too often, but there's a bunch of bug guts on the front end of the Suburban, which means it hasn't been properly washed since at least summer, so I'll get some of my bug removers sprayed on to help loosen up and dissolve those bug guts, so they'll just wipe right off with my wash mitt in a few minutes. Okay guys, it's time to turn my attention to the interior, and that always starts with the floor mats. While I've still got the pressure washer running and the floor is still wet, so I'll get those removed from the vehicle and of course deal with all the personal items and of course the heaps of garbage here. But as I was separating the two, I happened to feel something in the pocket of a pair of girls' jeans, and sure enough, it was the missing key fob. So I'm not too sure what to think about that. Maybe their daughter had plans of stealing the Suburban and going for a little joyride. I don't know. Either way though, I'm sure the owner will be quite happy to know I found the key. Okay, while I work on vacuuming under the second row here, I thought I'd share some more details about how this vehicle ended up in my studio today. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I've done a few of the owner's vehicles over the years, but this time it wasn't the owner who brought it in. I guess he had asked his hired hand to clean his wife's vehicle as it was getting a little too dirty for his liking, but the hired hand took one look at it, said it was way too disgusting for him to deal with, and then gave me a call. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I thought that was absolutely hilarious. I just hope he doesn't try to take the credit for my work. Now, while the rubber floor mats did a really good job of protecting the carpet in the Suburban, there's still a few areas where there's some visible staining and the rest just needs to be done knowing it'll be the first time in several years. But I do have to say that I'm thankful this thing has leather seats, because that alone is probably saving me at least an hour of work today. Alright, well, after discovering the carpet mats under the rubber ones earlier, they are of course a little bit dirty, so I'll get those extracted as well. Though I have to say I find it extremely curious to see the driver's side mat is wider than the passenger side one, which is something I've never seen before in any vehicle I've done. Second row mats are always exact mirror opposites of each other in my experience. Here's all the dirty water sucked out of the Suburban today, and yes, it smells just as gross as it looks. Okay, as I continue my way around the vehicle with the steamer, I know I always see people commenting, asking about using liquids around switches and electronics and whether it's safe to do so or not. Now, in my experience, I've detailed hundreds and hundreds of vehicles over the years and have always made sure to not saturate any surface or spray continuous steam around switches, and I've never had any issues. Basically, use proper judgment and you'll be just fine. A little bit of steam won't be an issue, but if you go absolutely ham on something, then you're likely going to have problems. Turning my attention to these dirty leather seats now, and while they were right on the edge of whether to steam or not, I elected to steam them because there was a bit of stuck on crud down in the seams, and I felt using the steam would just make that a little bit easier to deal with. So once I've got all the seats cleaned up, I'll be sure to get some leather conditioner on them as well to keep them looking and feeling soft and supple. Alright, well with some of my best selling ceramic spray coating in hand, I'll get the depth and gloss on this paint boosted, and you can do the exact same for your vehicle by heading over to detailgeekautocare.com and picking up a bottle, or maybe just grab the entire chemical bundle while you're there, and you'll have everything you need to detail your entire vehicle. All right guys, well a grueling 11 hours later and the Suburban is looking minty fresh and better than brand new. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of digging this blue color, mostly because it's not black or white. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.